might have the tech figured out. So I see
I think maybe.
I see one gender neutral looking body with a 1 next to it up at the top. So that is a there was one human being and now there's none.
Oh, and go watch it. Go.
Hey,
I just got a notification that
T Greer.
Yo,
what's up? Woo, merch, woo. You see that in the background? That's not the reason for this podcast, T Greer. This podcast. I guess it's kind of a podcast. Hey, what's up? Hey, Aheim. There we are. But I needed a background and I just got the merch in hot off the presses. And so
nice.
So I figured what better than to just throw it on some hangers and put it against the wall and create a little backdrop. So, looks like there's 11 people now. So awesome. So
heck yeah.
So I just wanted to thanks everybody for joining. Matthew, clear as day. I know what happened. I think it was Shiloh's headphones. So we had a little tech trouble getting this whole thing started. Kind of newbies here.
5 below.
But you 5 below. Hey, don't rag on. Very high quality camera. All right, good. That's an iPhone XR or something. Thanks, T. Greer. So, anyways, you see my face. This is a slot gambler. My name is Landon. And you see another face probably below my face, and that is of an avid gambler named Shiloh.
That's me.
Avid. So, reason for the live today, considering doing just testing some stuff out, as you probably noticed if you watched the channel at all, testing a lot of stuff out. In the past, I'll just list off some things that I've tested out. I've tested out money guns. I've tested out is money real or fake? I've tested that out. I've tested out Shiloh. I've tested out quite a few things, but that's the point, I guess, of YouTube, is to just party time. Woo! That's just the point of, especially early on in YouTube, which I'm still pretty early on, is just testing stuff out. Maybe not doing exactly what everybody else is doing. Party time. Fake is Aheim's favorite. You're right. She always says fake. But anyway. So just going to test this out. So point of it is I'm very interested in interviewing creators and slot creators and people that are in the gambling world. And so that's why we're here today. And you're seeing the face of Shiloh, who is a friend of mine, but also a avid gambler. He knows. I mean, I'm called the slot gambler. Self-glossed. I made that up. No one else gave that to me. But that being said, this guy here knows way more about slot machines than potentially.
That's not a good thing necessarily.
Than potentially I ever will. But I can't say that. He definitely knows more about slots than I do right now. So, anyways, we're just gonna chat a little bit and just hear some stories. I mean, that's all. Just gambling stories. I'm getting kind of excited here because heading to Vegas soon. First Vegas trip in a while, and so super pumped to just film some stuff. And I love stories. Film some stuff, have a great time, do maybe a little bit of travel vlog. Maybe show you guys which cheeseburger I'm getting at Guy Fieri's. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Anyway,
pretty sure they might have some trash can nachos.
Trash can nachos with some donkey sauce.
We're getting triple D.
Aheim has some Shiloh stories. She just said, I know. I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyway, so all right. Good. Well, I want to welcome Shiloh, a good friend of mine, avid gambler, really slots.
That's too.
Right. He'll play other things. He knows his way around the casino floor. But slots is kind of where he spends most of his time, I think. So how's it going today? What's up?
Going good, Landon. We
Good.
finally got this thing working here.
We did, yeah. A little bit of tech issues and stuff. And I'm glad. I don't know if it was your headphones. At first, we thought that YouTube was just terrible, and that the go live thing was just. Well, that was me. I won't put that on you. That was me. But I was cursing it and stuff. But now we're good. Now we're frozen. Shiloh's frozen, but now we're back. Are we there?
Am I there?
Can you hear me? It is.
Little gusty over here.
Yeah. So I am in.
You got me?
I'm in California, and Shiloh is in the Phoenix, Arizona metro area. And it's apparently they're having some. You having some storms, huh?
Yeah, it's a little early monsoon preview. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's early for monsoon, like really early.
Speaking of making it rain, that's my plan usually every time I go.
It is. You're right. You are definitely a high hope, big plans sort of casino guy. Yeah. I'm a little bit, I'm more frugal than you. Probably a little bit more pessimistic in terms of like what my expectations are about how many million I'm going to win on that particular day at the casino. So let's just get started. Think back as long as you can remember. When did you first like casino it or play slots?
I was probably like 21, and we drove to Tucson, which was like an hour from my house, and I brought $100, I think, which was a lot when you're 21 and jobless. And I remember being so sad after about 20 minutes because I lost all of it.
Yeah, and so
I spent the rest of the.
And so you were 21 at the time. There was not 18 and up gambling at that point in time.
Correct.
Okay, it was 21. Okay. So to piggyback on that story, so conversely, I don't even know if we knew each other at the time. It may have been a little bit early for that. But so, gosh, maybe. But anyway, my first was in Canada. Went up to Detroit, across the border. I was 19 years old. Just like you, took about $100 and played quarter machines, actual physical Canadian quarters. Yeah. Canadian quarters, I think, are a little bit smaller, and they're worth less. Now, I don't mean they're worthless, because they do have some value, but they're worth
less than in a quarter.
They're probably worth about 20 cents right now, if I had to guess. So anyway,
that is ridiculous. I do remember the buckets of coins.
Yes. No, you're fine. Yeah, cut me off all you want. No. So I played Canadian quarters, and in the first like 20 minutes, I won like 400 Canadian dollars, which was a ton. And I was like, in fact, it paid for my entire trip. Nice. Yeah, that was like my first experience with playing slot machine. And now I guess I was wise enough to realize that that's not how it always goes. But anyway, that was it. So I think I probably went to that casino with you once in Tucson. Do you remember which one?
Desert Diamond.
Desert Diamond. Yeah, we have some stories about that one. We probably won't bring all that up on this particular
that
thing. But
that's right.
I had some comments and things. Aeon said I could buy all the poutine with my 400 Canadian dollars worth of quarters. Mm-hmm. That's 800 quarters.
They do love their fries and gravy over there.
They love their fries and gravy.
You
know what? Speaking of fries and gravy, heading to the Bellagio soon. Last time I was there, in the food court, they had like the little snack shop or whatever. They had poutine. In fact, I think that's the last time I had poutine was like 6 years ago at Bellagio. Yeah.
I wonder if I've had it one time, and it was in New York City, of all places. It was lobster poutine.
That sounds pretty good. All right. So getting sidetracked here. So first gambling, the start at Desert Diamond Casino in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
Right, so
I remember being full of regret that night.
Yeah. So $100, a lot of money gone. And then you probably didn't play super frequently at that point, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that was like a pretty rare occurrence. Like once
Yeah,
a
I didn't really
year?
start playing frequently until after I moved back from Texas, probably
Okay.
like 2012, something like that.
Oh, okay. So you weren't like you weren't like a slot expert. I'm not saying you're like the world's foremost slot expert, but you didn't really know
Well,
slots that much even then,
uh-uh,
not until you came back.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when I got the bug because I was
The
got the slot bug
yeah, the
because
bugs a mixed bag.
it's a bad that bug will stick with you. But the
It
first
will.
jackpot I ever hit was on a $1.25 bet,
What?
and it was an older. I could describe the machine, but it was like a $5,000 jackpot,
What was
and
it, a three reel or was it
it was like it was a three reel. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It's like an older one that you can only find some places now.
okay?
Um,
Like a not a double diamond
no, it's
or
like
a
a quick hits type game, but
triple
the
star.
older one.
Okay, okay, yeah.
And I got the bonus, and it hit like 10 quick hits with a multiplier or something. You know, I remember like
Holy crap!
leaving with a stack of cash, like no idea what to do. I was literally so broke at the time.
$5,000 on $1.25. You said
Yeah,
that's such a
yeah,
massive hit.
it was insane.
That is so crazy.
I
So
remember security walked me out that night. It was crazy.
yeah, and it's so good when you need it too. Like I mean,
Which,
it's
side note, if you really need it, you probably shouldn't be in there
correct.
in the
Yeah,
first
that's a
place.
good point. If you really
But
need it, you probably shouldn't be pumping too much into the
like,
machine. That's a good point.
sometimes you're like, well, I'm not going to be able to afford rent. Might as well put $40 in a slot
Yeah,
machine. Just
not a
kidding.
great idea. Not a great idea. All right, so
No.
so let's fast forward now. Where do you go? Where do you play most frequently? I'm assuming in the Phoenix
Casino,
area.
Arizona.
Casino, Arizona. That's like your
Hmm.
home spot.
I've found at the local casinos, I've won much, much more and more often there than any other. The most popular is Talking Stick, probably in the
Okay.
area. But no, and that one specifically, there's certain machines where they cap out on their
Yeah.
um, their more than once I've won max out on whatever it is, and I'll just sit there and play low denom, and that's happened to me
Wow.
twice actually. One was like 700. One,
Oh wow.
just I don't know, but that one I also for some reason feel like there's certain times when they're like
Yeah.
popping, like the witching hour, like it's usually like 2 to 4 a.m. Really weird,
It's cutting out a little bit here.
but yeah, that's where I usually
Okay.
go.
Cool. Yeah. Let's see here. Which slots? Favorite slots?
Konami usually, and usually the
See, you know the maker,
uh,
huh? You know.
Konami is like the
Yeah.
maker.
No, I know. I don't know the maker of very many of these games.
Agreed. That one is because they're like their own style.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the what's the
Yeah.
mammoths.
Is Mammoth Power?
Those
That's
mammoths.
Konami, huh?
Those are good.
Okay. Yeah. That
Um,
I feel like that one's underrated. I feel like that's a really good machine that they don't have a ton of, and at the
oh,
casinos I go to, I don't see a ton of people playing.
yeah. There's usually what I'll usually do on that one is I'll go to like the highest denom
Yeah.
and then do like a $3 bet. Like that's usually like on a 10-cent denom you can do like a low bet,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and
I did a video on that recently, just
yeah, it
talking
seems
about.
like better odds.
Yeah, they are. What it has to be. Yeah, because that's how the odds are calculated in the casino. But
By the
yeah,
denoms.
yeah. So better odds, but often you're going to play higher, more money. So the thing
Yes.
is it's better odds over time. So when I did some research on it, when I did a short video here recently, it appeared that when you go from 1 to 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 10, roughly for each jump up in denomination, that's about a 1% increase in odds. Now that's not a lot, and for you to see anything on that over time, you're
Probably in
going to
your
have
head.
to play a lot in order to be able
Yeah.
to like notice that on any individual slot session. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. But one reason why I know that it's a thing, and it doesn't have to be a thing, and casinos can actually have it set up potentially where that on their machines on those type of um, newer slot machines that sometimes offer different denominations. They can I've read they can set them up so that it's not improved odds um, when you bump it up. But the reason why you know that it sometimes is because some of the biggest slot tubers, as I call us in the slot in the YouTube slot game,
Yeah.
they almost you'll see a lot of them go like for example Daniel Vegas low roller almost always plays nickels or dimes,
Yeah.
and so there's a reason for that because he plays so much, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, that
Yeah.
that over time that does make a difference.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I've
Um,
also noticed, like we were talking about, sometimes, especially on higher denoms, your first push for whatever reason
yeah.
is like it wins a lot to get you to like keep going.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they could set that up or it's
I
into my
know.
head, but
I mean, they're not really supposed to be able to. I don't think that's a thing that's supposed to
just
happen. But boy, does it seem like it.
it does.
I mean, so
I've gotten so
infrequent.
many bonuses like first spin.
Yep. And it's really hard to walk away. But
Yeah.
it's really what should be done. I mean, there's some slot methods out there that are like first 10, you know, 10 poles or I'm sorry, 5 poles or 10 poles and then go.
Yeah.
Hit the road and go play a different machine.
Yeah.
At the Shumash Casino where I
But
play a lot, um, it is so infrequent that I'll be setting. It has happened. I can't think of examples, but where I'll be setting and playing for 15, 20 minutes on one particular machine, and then it spits
yeah.
something big out. It's just
Yeah.
I can think off the top of my head out of the last, you know, 50 slot sessions I've had, about once has it spit something really big out. It was
Yeah.
on an old gold prospector slot machine, and and I played.
Yahoo!
It was on the video I did how to make $30,000 a year playing slots, which is just patently absurd. Yeah, just absurd. Like, but it's a thing to do. It's a thing to strive for. Like, oh, I want to do that. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
$80 a day, and so now let's try to make $80 today, and then let's go do it every single day as if that's going to be a thing. But I played that thing
Man.
for like probably like 16 minutes. I'd have to go back and see the video, and then I hit like $500 on. I was probably playing $3 ish per spin. I may have been up to five. I don't know, but it was a pretty good hit. But I would say most of the rest of my hits have come within the first, not always the first 5 or 10, but probably the first 20 or 30
Yeah.
spins. So yeah, I think it's a not a bad idea. It's not great for filming slot videos because just moving a lot is kind of a hassle. You want to hunker down at a machine and get some play
Sure.
in and get some
You don't have to go through the setup all over.
totally, yeah. And you know what? Something that's a little bit like how the sausage is made too. Some people probably know this, but others don't. But in terms of YouTube creators, um, the videos have to be at least 8 minutes long in order for us, once we're monetized, in order for us to be able to add mid-roll ads in.
Yeah.
The annoying ones that pop up while you're watching the video, and then
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to wait 5 seconds and press
Yeah. Yeah.
skip ad.
So the ones that you have to,
Yep.
those are big,
Yeah,
obviously,
you
right?
cut out.
I mean,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
want
you
those in
want
your
you want to
video.
monetize everything you can, especially when you're doing slot videos. I mean,
Yeah.
slot videos just is it's a tough gig starting out. It's just so expensive to play slots,
Sure.
and
What you need is that one big hit to like fund your next
You
6 months
do,
of videos.
yeah, that's
basically.
right. If you can win like a hand pay, like 2, 5, 10 grand or something like that, it could be really good. I'm actually going to put a video out here soon. All my accounting that I've done, I actually just did the spreadsheet today because you know me. I mean, I'm the numbers guy, and so I've kept track of every single dollar that I've played and every single dollar of free play since I started. Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
So I've got it on a spreadsheet right now. So I'm going to do a short. I think I'm going to do a short, kind of breaking that down, a YouTube short,
and then
I'm going to do a YouTube longer form, which are pretty popular, showing people how much I earn in ad revenue.
I love that.
People always love seeing that. It'll probably be a short video, a shorter, long form video, but that's something I'm gonna probably do in the next week ish or something like that. But
sweet.
But anyway, so 8 minutes is important because then we can add mid rolls in, and then mid rolls can potentially add to our ad revenue that we get for YouTube. So all right, so next one. So let's see here. These are some fun questions. Well, let me ask you this. I had this for a different kind of topic, but let me go ahead and ask this.
Okay.
Do you always drink when you play slots, or do you ever play slots sober?
Okay. I usually don't drink.
You don't?
Usually not.
Wow.
What
so
I
that
usually
surprises
do, though,
me.
I usually go in there feeling good, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right.
But it always leads to trouble when I start drinking. But usually what happens is if I go in there, take $100 in, for example, and next thing I know, I have 400, I'm feeling really good. It's funny. I always drink the same thing.
Okay.
Dos Equis in a bottle and a shot of Maker's Mark.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Way loosey goosey. Only thing I know, I'll be like leaving. So I try to avoid like getting hammered when I'm there, but sometimes, I drink. I don't know how often. I would say, getting wasted, not too often. It's happened a couple times. I got some good stories there. But
now let me ask you this. Is there any particular device that you or anyone else might take to the casino so that if you hit like let's say you hit a big win, like $800 or a hand pay or something, where let's say you're a little tipsy and you're prone to put it back in, where you could put the money in some sort of device and then you couldn't access the money until you got home. Is there any such thing?
It's funny you brought that up. I do happen to have this gamble box.
Really?
And this thing, I'm looking forward to trying this out.
Yeah.
I can't wait to stuff it with money because you know how many times this would have saved me?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Lots.
It would have saved me before, and it would have saved others that I know as well.
Yeah.
Because it's just a little bit of a mental thing that you can stuff it in there, and it's like, okay, this money's gone. This is not going back into the machine.
And you could mentally know that it's not available.
Yep.
Because, you start riding that buzz from drinking and the buzz from winning.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you're unstoppable. Next thing you know, you're in the high limit room. Next thing you know, security's escorting you out to your car because you must leave.
And it's not because you just won $14,000.
That's right.
Yeah, it's for other reasons.
That's right.
Would that be the point when one might play, like, let's say between $22 and $30 per spin of Mammoth Power?
That's right. Oh yeah.
That's so much.
You know what? I don't remember the deets exactly. I have it all documented, but I started with $100 that day.
Yep.
And then I started doing those higher spins when I hit like an $800 something.
Yeah.
And then, well, you know the rest.
That's
probably one of the best. Yeah, I did some $22 spins on Mammoth, hit a bonus, hit like a $2,000 jackpot, and then I did $50 spins.
I didn't know that.
That was the video I sent you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Where I hit like $6,000.
Yeah.
I was doing 50. Do a couple.
Incredible.
But yeah. But this thing right here,
there's probably a link to that, like in my page summary and some of my videos.
I imagine down in the link below.
There's probably not in this
in
video.
your
I don't know, but
in your. So yeah, you leave the keys at
it's
home.
pretty cool.
Take it in there. First of all, always go in with an amount that you're willing to lose,
Yes.
and stick with that.
Yes, agreed. It's important.
And you know, after that, have fun and don't feel bad when you leave.
Yeah,
Whatever decisions you make after
that's
that.
true. I usually don't feel bad when I leave because I've I mean as you know I'm pretty frugal, so I said that before, but I usually have a pretty good budget that I'm like sticking to and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I have even while filming, I've had a couple times where I've towards the end I've shoved like 500 extra in there,
Yeah.
just looking for a hope and a prayer, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a crappy feeling on the walkout.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I've had some crazy, like, one time I had that crappy feeling going, and I was down to like $40, and I was like, and I was kind of on the way out,
yeah,
and I like hit some jackpot, and you know, then I left because I was already experiencing that crappy feeling.
yeah,
I was like, I'm leaving while I can, but man, so many times if I would have had this bad boy,
yeah. That's good.
I
I'm
can't
glad.
just wait to.
Well, just so
I'm gonna
everybody knows,
shove this thing full.
Just so everybody knows, I sent that to him. He's my friend, and I have one as well, and we're gonna take it to Vegas here soon, and hopefully fill ours up too. Let me ask you this: so we were just talking about the big mammoth hit, like the 5,000 or 6,000. Is that your
Yeah.
biggest single win ever?
No.
No. What's the biggest single win ever?
Biggest single win I ever got
And I guess that could be like one
was,
spin or one session.
yeah. Well, the biggest one I got was over $10,000. Sorry.
Wow.
And it was on, that yin yang game, Konami game, where they're like the yin and the yang, the little,
Yep.
like, you can line a bunch of them up.
Yep. I've never played it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right. So I was playing that, and I think it was like 375 a spin.
Yeah.
And I hit the like 60 free games.
Yeah.
Or something like that, but you could choose the option to do the super free games.
Yeah.
So it gave me like 10
Mm-hmm.
super free games. My very first spin on the super free games was a full screen of some symbol multiplied by 7. And it was
That's the best feeling.
over 10,000. Yeah, it was a full screen, and then it was on the super game,
Wow.
so it was like bang. Yeah. That was insane.
Oh my god, that's so much fun.
I have
Okay.
pictures of it.
Oh, that's so. Let's see here. So that was your biggest winning day.
Biggest winning
Winning single slot session when you walked out. What's the biggest win you've ever walked out with? That one. How much did you walk with? It's chopped up a little bit. About 9,000.
Blew about a
G.
Okay.
At least
about 9K.
It may not have been everyone else. So
that one. Yeah.
That's a great day. What's it?
Dude,
let me ask you this. This is kind of
those are the days you dream of.
What's the most you ever won and then gave back?
Oh man.
And did you
over
leave
2,000
empty?
Over.
No, I don't mean.
Yes.
I don't mean your internally your feelings. I mean your pockets.
No, I know. Yeah, that was too. But
because I know you
and
felt empty walking out of that casino.
You try to reason with yourself because you're like, well, you only brought 200 in, so technically you only lost 200. But you were holding thousands at some point that night, and now you aren't.
Yeah.
So that's a bad feeling. That's again. Yeah. Everybody.
All four, yes. And thanks for everybody for watching. Shout out to everybody. I'm assuming there's an Amanda, a Matt. I'm not sure who else, but I appreciate you tuning in here. We're at 29 minutes right now. We're gonna.
Did you log in? You were able to log in.
Oh. Okay. Biggest losing day ever. Total. So we know you started once with 200, ran it up to $2,000, and then walked out with nothing. Biggest amount of your own money that you have lost. I feel like that's not like a
in like
ton.
one session.
Yeah. I feel like that's not a ton. I feel like more often just from our, being friends and talking, I feel like more often you're more likely to win potentially a bunch and then give some of it back rather than walk in with $2,000 and just like lose it all.
Yeah.
What do you think the
Yeah.
most of your own
Because,
money?
well, I can tell you specifically when it was. It was a big mistake I made one time.
Okay.
Because I had just gotten my check deposited.
Yeah.
And within an hour, I had blown it all. My paycheck for 2 weeks.
How much?
1,700.
Oh, ouch.
Yep. It was a stinger.
Yeah, that's brutal.
My saving grace is I also was a bartender part-time during this.
Yeah.
So like I still had some cash flow coming in, but
yeah. But
I went in there like,
tough.
all right,
that's tough. You went in and you got the claws dug into you.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
it's like whole paycheck, like
yep,
gone. That's brutal.
So I've learned, you want to keep anything out at home that you don't want to have access to when you're in that state of mind.
Yeah, agreed. So you know what? That's interesting. It brings up mine. You were part of mine, the biggest one that felt the biggest to me, and that was do you remember?
That was the best. That was the best one.
Do you remember what I'm going to say? So this was Chicago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to say something else.
No, well, so tell me the story you remember in a second. But for me, us and a bunch of buddies went to Chicago once, and we stayed downtown. And I did the whole hotel thing. I booked everything. I paid for everything, and then everybody paid me cash for their portion of the hotel. We piled like 6 dudes into a hotel room. So I had cash on the way out. We went to our friend Greg's house. Shout out GP. And over by where he lived, there was a riverboat casino. And I don't know if you went to the casino or not.
I did for some reason.
No, I feel like it was like some people from Ohio that went. Anyway, we went in. I had all this money that everybody paid me for the whole weekend, and that I had charged on my credit card that I needed to pay back. And I literally went in and I thought I had a strategy to win on like blackjack or roulette or something like that. I was like certain that I had been like researching this, and I was young. I was 22, 23 or whatever. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So anyway, went in, lost it all in like 20 minutes. So now, and that's when I worked at Honda then. So I brought home just under $500 every 2 weeks. So, and now I had this credit card bill at the time that was like, probably $600-700 that I couldn't pay off like anytime soon, basically.
Sure.
And that was a very empty feeling. That sucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, terrible. What were you going to say? What were you going to say did you think was like my most regretful?
Oh no, well I wasn't thinking regretful.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about
big.
I was thinking about
Yeah, I figured that would come up. Yeah, so we made a Vegas trip one time, and I'll let Shiloh tell the story.
Yeah, so first thing that Mrs. SlotGambler said was, we got to go to the Brittany slot machine. Like, she had a dream about it.
Yep.
And then, sure as shit, we each throw in $20,
$60 in the machine. Max bet on that thing. What do you think max bet is? 380,
like
or something?
Like, yeah, something like that. What did we hit? 11K? 11 something?
11.9.
Yep. The best part was they were just playing Toxic over and over, and I'm like, Toxic. Man.
That was, I remember I spiked, and before I started filming, didn't even have a camera ready, anything like that. Yeah, that was a fun win for sure. Jackpot. So it went up, boop, 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 went all the way up, and then it got to the point where it did the wheel. And we could have won like, a lot of small things. $10, whatever. And then beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Boom. I had a half of a beer.
Bam! Yeah, you threw it.
Just spiked it on the ground. I could not believe that happened. That was probably 6 years ago. Do you remember which casino that was?
D.
The D. It was the Britney Spears
That's right.
machine
I
right
love
next to the elevator bank entrance.
Yep.
All right.
I love the D.
Let's see here. I think I've covered all the questions that I wanted to ask you about all of your gambling exploits. Last one, and we may have just actually covered it. Funnest time ever gambling. What's the most fun you've ever
Got to
had?
be that one.
That was a great one. That what we walked
hard.
with
I
after
can't think
taxes and stuff. We each walked with like 29, 28, something like that. That was so much fun.
Right.
Now, my only regret on that.
We went out afterwards.
My only regret on that is I kind of wanted to go do something big, like
a helicopter ride.
You're
right.
And we didn't end up doing it. But that was a really.
What did we? I think I remember you were like, you took most of the money I had and immediately put it in the safe in the room. You were like,
I did take a chunk of it. I did take a chunk of it because we got pretty drunk. So not a great time.
Yeah, you were my gamble box.
I was your gamble box. It's correct.
Link
yes.
in
not
the bio.
Not a great time to have $2,900 winnings in your pocket when you're hammered.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, walking through a casino. Tough.
No.
That's tough.
No, you don't want that.
No, you don't. All right, so let's do this. There's 7 people on here right now. We're going to end this here in just a few minutes. Anybody have any questions for my guest, Mr. Shiloh, slot player extraordinaire? Any questions you have? It could be about slot machines, but it could also just be about anything.
Life.
It could be about life. It could be about the color of his hair.
Kids.
Whatever.
Snakes in southern Arizona. I'm pretty familiar with most of
southern Arizona.
The reptiles and amphibians in this area.
Yep. All right. So the risk pouring in right now. So let me give me a moment here to compose myself and sort through them. I might have to put them on some index cards, and then we'll figure out which one we're going to go first. Does anybody out there in YouTube land have any questions for me or for Shiloh? Meaning of life. I mean, it could really be anything. We would prefer that it's a funny question, right?
Please.
Yeah. Please be a funny question.
Please make it funny.
Oh, Aheim says, sorry, Jeopardy. Oh, yeah, Jeopardy Masters is on. And Ken, whatever his name is hosting it, I think. So
he's the master of them all.
He is.
Do you remember that time?
Aheim is multitasking right now.
Do you remember that guy, Alex Trebek?
No. Tell me about him.
That was my favorite host.
He was a cool guy.
Was he? Do you remember when Pat Sajak used to host Wheel of Fortune?
Jeopardy?
No.
Oh, wait. What? Oh, yeah. I think Vanna was on there
R.I.P.
back then. Ken Jennings.
I wonder if it's live. Are they doing that? Like, probably not. I don't think they do Jeopardy live, but that'd be kind of cool. So I guess.
You ever seen that clip of Ken Jennings where he's like, it's some question about garden tools, and he's like, "What is a hoe?" And Alex Trebek is like, "Oh ho ho, hold on." Anywho, look it up.
All right. Well, we'll have to sort. There's too many questions here. It's not live, Aheim says. There's too many questions to get through in this very short amount of time that we have. So
I can't get to them all today, guys.
I'll compile them. I'll spreadsheet them, and then we'll cover them back here again. Maybe we'll have some sort of reoccurring instance. I really appreciate everybody joining. Really do. We got to a height. There was a height a little bit ago of 8.
We did have
8 human beings
watching us. That's right.
You guys went up to like 11.
Did you know all of them? We'll have to go back and look.
Go back and look.
You guys had like
T. Greer, shout out to T. Greer. I know T. Greer was here earlier. So much fun.
Next time we get on here, we're gonna blast it out.
T. Greer loved the merch, loves to party, and appreciate everybody else that joined the
I can't wait to get a shirt.
Live stream right now. You're gonna have a shirt. You're gonna have my face on your chest. You're gonna wear it to the casino.
Second time ever.
All right. Is that little Shiloh? Says Amanda. Yep. It's a little one. All right. Well, thanks for everybody for joining, Shiloh. Thank you for joining me, helping me figure out what I'm gonna do here with this this go live, interviewing folks, and very interesting folks like yourself. And we may just do it again. You've been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me. And thanks everyone for watching. And we'll see you back here again soon on SlotGambler.
Bye-bye.
Bye.